undertakings. God bless you and God bless all of Jamaica, land we love. Thank you.
Mr. Ryan Evans, the Governor General's Secretary, will now read the instrument to appoint the Prime Minister designate, the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, as Prime Minister of Jamaica.
The Constitution of Jamaica, by command of His Excellency, the Governor General. To the Most Honorable Andrew Michael Holness, ON, MP, greetings. Whereas the office of the Prime Minister is vacant, now therefore, I, Patrick Linton Allen, member of the Order of the Nation, Knight Grand Cross of the Most Distinguished Order of St. Michael and St. George, Commander of the Order of Distinction, Knight of Grace of the Most Venerable Order of the Hospital of St. John of Jerusalem, Governor General of Jamaica, in exercise of the power conferred on me by subsection 1 of section 70 of the Constitution of Jamaica, do hereby appoint you, being a member of the House of Representatives, to be the Prime Minister. Given under my hand and the broad seal of Jamaica at King's House, this 7th day of September in the year of our Lord, 2020, and the 69th year of the reign of Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II.
The Governor General will now invite Prime Minister designate, the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, to take and subscribe the oath of allegiance and the oath of office and present the instrument of appointment to the new Prime Minister. On the presentation of the instrument of appointment, the Prime Minister, the standard for the Prime Minister will be broken. This will be projected on the screens at the front of the ballroom.
I, Andrew Michael Holness, do solemnly, sincerely, and truly declare and affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and the laws of Jamaica, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of Jamaica. Affirmed this, the 7th day of September, 2020. I, Andrew Michael Holness, being appointed Prime Minister, do solemnly, sincerely, and truly declare and affirm that I will, to the best of my judgment, at all times when so required, freely give my counsel and advice to the Governor General or any other person for the time being lawfully performing the functions of that office, for the good management of the public affairs of Jamaica. And I do further solemnly, sincerely, and truly declare and affirm that I will not on any account, at any time whatsoever, disclose the counsel, advice, opinion, or vote of any particular minister or parliamentary secretary, and that I will not, except with the authority of the Cabinet, and to such extent as may be required for the good management of the affairs of Jamaica, directly or indirectly reveal the business or proceedings of the Cabinet or the nature or content of any document communicated to me as a minister, or any matter coming to my knowledge in my capacity as such, and that in all things I will be a true and faithful Prime Minister. Affirmed this, the 7th day of September, 2020.
May I now invite His Excellency and the Prime Minister to return to their seats. Ladies and gentlemen, you will now be treated to a musical presentation by Kevin Downswell at the special request of the Prime Minister. He will perform Carry Me and You Make Me Stronger.
Good evening and good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. I stand on this platform representing the Kingdom of Heaven, and that's the opportunity that I use to encourage the Prime Minister and his new government that as we now move forward, that God be the center of all decisions and that the people continue to be paramount. We as the Jamaicans have been going through a lot, and right now we just want you, sir, and your team to just continue to come through for us. May God continue to bless you. When the road is long and heavy, when it's dark and I can't see clearly, I will lift mine eyes to the hills from whence my help cometh. My help it comes from you. Woo. Lead me, oh, lead me, oh, lead me where I've never been before, a place I've never seen before. When I come to the end of myself, Father, carry me. Father, carry me. When we come to the end of ourselves, Father, carry us. Father, carry us. Hallelujah. I know my help comes from the Lord. Hallelujah. The one who made heaven and earth. You're mighty. You're stronger than any other. One thing that I desire of you, that I may dwell here with you forever. We're chasing no other. When we come to the end of ourselves, hallelujah, Father, carry us. Father, carry us. When we come to the end of ourselves, Father, carry us. Father, carry us. Hallelujah. Lead me, oh, lead me, oh, lead me. Right here, God, we seek you. We ask you to lead me, oh, lead us, oh, lead us. We can't do this without you. Need your hands to take us.
Jamaica. Here we go. I used to run from battles, but you made me strong. You made me strong. God strong and mighty. Bigger, stronger. We can do this with you, God. Right here. You make me. Yeah, 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 yeah. We give you glory. You say, you. We can do this without you. No matter where you come from Negril to Morandé, wherever you're at, this is for you. You make me. We can do this without you. You're our strength. You're our peace. You're the one that will take us over. This. Oh, God bless you.
Thank you, Kevin Downswell, for your usual energetic performance. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, Prime Minister the Most Honorable Andrew Holness will now deliver his first address to the nation as Prime Minister.
Your Excellencies, the Governor General, the Most Honorable Sir Patrick Allen, Dr. Floyd Morris, representing the Leader of the Opposition, Sir Kenneth Hall, former Governor General, Mr. Bruce Golding, former Prime Minister, Honorable Chief Justice, my fellow Jamaicans, good evening. There is no certain victory. So we must work diligently in the people's behalf and place our faith in God, that He would reward our efforts according to His judgment and grace. So I say, to God be the glory. All that we have achieved and all that we ever hope to achieve, we give God thanks. In 2016, you, the people, entrusted your hopes and dreams to us. We did not bury them. With industry, enterprise, and partnership, we set about fulfilling your dreams and keeping your hope alive. There is still much more work to be done. I am humbled and honored that the people of Jamaica has seen it fit to give me an opportunity to once more be the chief steward of their affairs. Thank you for your vote and support. And I commit once again to use every fiber of my being and all the energy of my spirit for the advancement, fulfillment, and prosperity of the people of Jamaica. The health and economic impact of the COVID-19 pandemic is ubiquitous in our daily life and will be that way for some time. We have been very strategic in managing the risks the pandemic poses, protecting lives and preserving livelihoods. While spikes in numbers are inevitable in a pandemic, as we have seen in even the most developed countries, our collective success as a country has led to some complacency in our behavior. As a government, we will put in place the necessary measures to bring this present spike under control and keep you safe, while not unduly affecting your livelihood. However, as we enter this new phase of the pandemic, the greater emphasis must be on the responsible behavior of the individual. Jamaica does not have the reserve of resources to always be locking down our economy. We must now all learn to live with and protect ourselves from the SARS-CoV-2 virus and the COVID-19 disease it causes. We cannot rely on fear, panic, and stigma to get temporary compliance, but on the conscious effort on the part of every Jamaican that as we go about our daily lives, working, worshiping, shopping, and socializing, we must follow the established infection prevention and control protocols. These personal measures, coupled with stronger public education, tighter enforcement, and prosecution of breaches, and control of non-productive and unnecessary movement and activities, will gradually bring the numbers down and relieve the stress on our health system and the exposure of our frontline workers. I have faith in our Jamaican people that we will quickly develop the understanding and compliance necessary to go about our daily lives in the new normal way. While the pandemic has created a crisis, it has also presented an opportunity for us to reconfigure and modernize our economy and society. Our re-election as a government, aside from being decided on a platform of performance, was also decided by the consideration of the electorate that we will be a strong and effective government to take the necessary actions to see to the emergence of a stronger society and economy from the pandemic. Jamaica will recover stronger and better than before. With such a large and convincing mandate, the greatest challenge will be to manage the internal demands and behavior of those who form the majority. There will be those who feel that the majority is a basis for arrogance, gives license to do as they wish, creates opportunity to pursue their selfish ends and their personal ambitions, gives room for complacency and tolerance for errors. Those who hold such views would be sadly mistaken and soon separated. Every member of the government must be an active agent for the stronger recovery of our economy and society. Every member of the government must understand that this mandate is not about them, it is about the people. No princes or princesses were elected. You have no divine right or entitlement. We are all servants of the public. On the whole, we have built out a fairly good anti-corruption structure through the Integrity Commission and MOCA. They are constrained by the need to complete their legislative framework and expand their investigative and prosecutorial resources. We will ensure that this is completed early in this term. The challenge, however, it's not just one of resources and regulation. It is also one of will and culture. The will to challenge culture. It has been clearly demonstrated that my government has acted within the law when matters arise that are of concern to the public interest. No one has been shown any special favors, given any protection, or influence brought to bear on any anti-corruption agency or investigation. This is a step in the right direction. However, in addition to investigation and prosecution, we must also seek to prevent the occurrence of acts which weaken public trust and damage the integrity of the government. To this end, I have indicated to the Executive Director of the Integrity Commission that each elected representative and each appointed minister will participate in the sensitization and public education programs to be established by the Integrity Commission. This to increase their awareness and understanding of the anti-corruption legislative framework, not just to sensitize them alone, but to ensure that they are seized of their duties under the law and understand that this will be an accountable government. Once we have built confidence of the public that their resources will not be diverted, that the authority vested in us is not being used to create unfair advantage for others, and there is a sense that the elected officials and public servants act with a high level of integrity. Once that is the case, this will unleash a spirit of public support for the government and the state that will make any development plan a success. While this election was conducted in a pandemic, which would have impacted on voter turnout, we are still very concerned about the low voter turnout that has become now a trend over the last 3 elections. We know that a large number of Jamaicans are not satisfied with the integrity, dignity, and efficiency of their state and government. We therefore see strong correlation between the success of our economic and social programs and the trust of the public. We commit to make this government the highest in integrity, dignity, and efficiency. There is no honeymoon period for this government. Already I am back at my desk to continue our recovery plan. We will maintain and strengthen the macroeconomic stability that we have started. We will build and strengthen the institutions that safeguard sustainability of government finances, low and stable inflation, foreign exchange reserve adequacy, and financial sector stability. We will bring into operation the Fiscal Council, and we will also operationalize the independence of the Bank of Jamaica. We will improve the business climate and invest to improve competitiveness by reforming customs, developing a national business portal, and increase technology and business process engineering for greater efficiency in the public sector. We will diversify our economy to increase resilience, promote innovation, support youth entrepreneurs, and explore opportunities within the green and blue economies. We will support the development of coding, animation, film, logistics and fulfillment, among other sectors, to create 150,000 new jobs. We will continue to provide financial support to households and businesses to ensure that together we recover stronger. We will provide $500 million in grants for micro and small businesses that are community-based. We will deploy $1.2 billion in tourism grants to small and medium-sized operators in the tourism sector through the Exim Bank. We will provide $3 billion in agri-care support for our farmers and fisherfolk over the next 3 years. We will deploy $10 billion in loan guarantees to support micro, small, and medium-sized businesses. This will help our economy recover stronger. We will mobilize foreign and domestic investment that improve the delivery of public services or promote innovation while creating jobs. We will launch and complete public-private partnerships for water treatment and storage, sewage, garbage collection, and infrastructure development. We will list state-owned enterprises on the stock exchange, as we have been doing, giving Jamaicans the opportunity to own a piece of these assets. This will create wealth, real wealth in Jamaica, and help our economy recover stronger. We will continue to be vigilant and dedicated in the management of the health response to the COVID-19 pandemic, while investing to improve health capacity and infrastructure. We will strengthen our laboratories and surveillance systems and focus on community health support and continue to promote healthy lifestyles. We will undertake major infrastructure upgrades to the following hospitals: the Spanish Town Hospital, the St. Anne's Bay Hospital, the Maypen Hospital, the Bustamante Children's Hospital, and the UWI Hospital. Together with the completion of the Cornwall Regional Hospital and the Western Children's Hospital, simultaneously, we will also retrofit 110 health facilities across the island with technology that will provide high-speed internet capacity and modern ICT infrastructure to assist in the delivery of health care. We will strengthen the social safety net and increase social equity in the society. We will support access to daycare for low-income families. We will embark on a comprehensive reform of Social Security that will consolidate and simplify statutory deductions while creating more convenient means of participation in the National Insurance Scheme and the National Housing Trust for certain categories of workers. Our Social Security reforms will aim to have universal participation in the National Insurance Scheme, and along with other reforms will pave the way for unemployment insurance to become a reality in Jamaica. While we will make a priority of early childhood education and parenting support, we will improve broadband connectivity in public schools, and we will expand the Tablet in Schools initiative, starting with the procurement of just over 100,000 tablets for teachers and students, and then building beyond that number with creative solutions to focus on access for students in need. We will, in public schools, develop 6 new science, technology, engineering, and math academies at the high school level that will prepare students for careers in the STEM fields. We will also develop an academy for the creatives and performing arts, and we will improve access to tertiary financing so that all our students can have a fair and equal opportunity to access tertiary education. We will ensure that all Jamaicans have access to financial services. We have seen that this is an important requirement for the proper management of the pandemic. We will pursue the use of low-tiered, know your customer bank accounts to increase the number of Jamaicans who have access to functional bank accounts. We will mandate by law that all lenders be required to include transparent, understandable, and comparable information in their product listings and documentation, such that customers can easily choose between financial providers. We will introduce a national digital payment platform that will allow payments to be made seamlessly, productively, efficiently, and with greater financial inclusion and security. This will ensure that all Jamaicans have an opportunity to enter into the formal space, the formal economy. We are committed to closing the digital divide and to the creation of a digital society where technology is woven into the fabric of business and everyday activities so that it engages and empowers every Jamaican, especially in the context of the pandemic. All town centers will be serviced with free Wi-Fi. In addition, we will ensure broadband Wi-Fi access at our community access points. All schools will have broadband Wi-Fi access. We will digitize the public sector. All major public sector services that require applications will be accessible online. We will implement a national identification system, and we are far advanced in this regard, where all Jamaicans will have the opportunity for robust and secure identity that will improve access to public services. We will build a national broadband network infrastructure, which is uniform, future-proof, resilient, and managed by an independent public-private authority and available to all telecom players in the market to utilize. No more drop calls. The network will be appropriately sized to manage Jamaica's current and expected internet and ICT demand. This will be the new information highway, which will connect and give access to fast and reliable internet to all Jamaicans anywhere in Jamaica. We will ensure that more Jamaicans have access to land, housing, and shelter. This is something I firmly believe in. We have set a target of 70,000 affordable homes, 30% of which will be reserved for our policemen and women, nurses and teachers and civil servants. But I particularly like that 10,000 will be allocated for young people between the ages of 18 and 35. And we will provide them with 100% financing when they seek to purchase these homes. Each year, the NHD will invest a minimum of $1 billion in social housing to include construction and repairs for those who are not able to purchase a home. We have already started to improve the system of the issuance of titles, and we have targeted to issue over 30,000 land titles to Jamaicans who have legitimate claims to land that they have occupied and cultivated for generations. Water. Water is life. I am determined to solve this water problem. On the production side of the problem, we have developed a plan to bring approximately 100 million gallons of water per day into the system, involving pumped hydro storage and desalinization to cover Clarendon, Kingston and St. Andrew, St. Catherine, particularly the hilly sections, and parts of St. Thomas. This will solve once and for all our water shortage problems in our utility areas on the southern side of the island and increase the resilience of our country. Friends, countrymen, Jamaica is on the right path. This government has been given a mandate to move with speed and alacrity in fulfilling the great destiny of this country. We will not squander it. We will use it wisely to build public trust, continue the partnerships for prosperity, to be inclusive and caring for the poor and vulnerable, to be prospecting and enterprising in fulfilling the dreams and ambitions of the youth, and make Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, raise families, do business, and retire in paradise. God bless Jamaica, land we love.
Thank you, Prime Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the singing of the national anthem, led by members of the Jamaica Youth Chorale, accompanied by the military band, conducted by Bandmaster Warrant Officer Class 1, Paul Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the program. Please remain by your seats until the members of the official party have left. On behalf of His Excellency the Governor General, Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, and the Most Honorable Mrs. Holness, thank you for your presence and participation in this significant national event. Good afternoon.
mentioned by our orator, Ms. Faye Ellington, we have come to the end of the swearing-in ceremony for the Prime Minister of Jamaica. We encourage you to stay with us as 4 ministers of government will be sworn in approximately 30 minutes. We heard the national anthem after the Prime Minister's inaugural address, the national anthem rendered to us by the Jamaica Youth Chorale. And the Jamaica Youth Chorale is an award-winning chorale that was established in 2008 to give young Jamaican singers and musicians an opportunity to showcase their talents to a global audience while creating opportunities for its members. The group is a non-profit organization and it has performed at a number of international festivals. The founder and principal director of the chorale is Greg Sims, who started the choir at age 22. And on your screen you are seeing our Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Andrew Michael Holness, speaking with President of the Jamaica Union of Seventh-day Adventists, Pastor Everett Brown, and greeting other guests. During the 30-minute period, the ballroom will be sanitized and guests will be arriving for the following ceremony, the swearing-in of the 4 government ministers. The Governor General, Sir Patrick Allen, he'll be swearing in 4 key cabinet positions, ministers. They are the Ministers of Finance, the Minister of Health, Foreign Affairs, and National Security. And that ceremony we expect to begin at 4:30 p.m. Of course, if you paid close attention to the Prime Minister's address, he indicated that this administration had to get to work quickly, considering our current situation. I just want to spend some time acknowledging those who have joined us online. You've joined us through the JIS live stream on our website, www.jis.gov.jm, or social media pages, but also we had several persons who joined us on Zoom, and I'd just like to acknowledge a few of those persons. The Prime Minister of Barbados and the head of CARICOM, Mia Motley, was with us. Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Alan Chastanet, was with us. Secretary General of CARICOM, Erwin LaRocque, was with us. And Premier Joseph Farrell of Montserrat was with us. Premier Charlene Robinson of the Turks and Caicos Islands, Ambassador of the Dominican Republic, Felix Garcia, and Ambassador Audrey Marks to the United States, and the head of the European Union, all were with us, and you're seeing on your screen the names of many of our dignitaries that have joined us. We thank you for being here with us, and all others who have given us their viewership and patronage this afternoon, and we do hope you stay with us for the following ceremony, the swearing in of 4 key government ministers this afternoon.